Well, it's been all over the news lately here about ivermectin and that you shouldn't be taking it. Now, I'm not saying you should or not, but the biggest thing, well, it's a cattle dewormer. Well, a lot of medications and drugs are used between cattle and humans. There's just different formulations. So if you don't think it's a good idea, you should be taking ivermectin because it's a cattle wormer. Here's some other medications that you shouldn't be taking either then because they're for cattle. We'll start out with the simplest. Aspirin. They give cattle aspirin. Now, the difference between human aspirin and cattle aspirin is the same active ingredients. This is a dosage for a cow. 2 to 4, normally give 3. Humans take 1 of them. Here's what people got to realize. These are 325 micrograms. These are micrograins. Focus. This is 240 grains. Now micro, I'm pretty sure means 1,000. So 1,000 micrograins equals 1 grain. So one of these pills is 240,000 micrograins. And these are 325 micrograins. So these are roughly, 90 times? I can't get the math off of my head too much, but them are essentially more. Now, you could take these. One of these it's going to have an effect on you because aspirin thins your blood. That's why they give it to people that's had strokes and heart attacks and stuff. It helps in that aspect. It's not labeled for that on the labels here. You know, it's labeled for fever, pain, aches. It doesn't say anything on there. But if you take one of these, I guarantee you probably would have problems if you stuck your finger and started bleeding. But you could break off a piece of that and take it if you had to. This here, rumen bolus. These are for a mild laxative, antacid type thing. These are mainly magnesium oxide. Now, how well it'll show up, but this says here 1.5 are equivalent to 1 pint of milk-egg magnesia. So right there is a quart of milk-egg magnesia. So if you're taking milk and magnesia, you're taking medication for cows. They just under a different name. It's the same active ingredients. If you're going to the dentist, don't let them use Novocaine on you anymore. This is lidocaine. Same basic thing. Penicillin. Cattle penicillin. The only difference is the way it's manufactured. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm sure somewhere in the hospitals they give you dexamethasone or dextrose or calcium glutamate. Now there's different calciums. There's calcium glutamate, calcium, can't think of them all right now. But I'm sure at some point there's something here's the IV kit. If you want it, we can give it to you right now. Here's oral CMPK, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. I mean, it's just basic minerals. It's a supplement for cattle. Now, you could drink this. You wouldn't want to drink the whole bottle. That's a dose for a cow. If you want to drink that much, that's the whole thing. You got to realize what the concentration is to figure out what dosage you should take. Because I do not believe that all of a sudden, within 24 hours of Joe Rogan coming out and saying that he took ivermectin, all of a sudden hospitals are overrun by people overdosing on ivermectin. Here's another one. is sodium bicarbonate. Bicarb. If you're cooking with that, you better not, because that's cattle feed. That'd be your Arm & Hammer baking soda, basically. The only difference between this is probably ground a little bit coarser, and it might not be as pure, but that's something you put in cattle feed. You know, I could dump that in a tub out there and the cattle will eat it free choice. And it's a neutralizer. It's for stomach upsets and acids and stuff. And then a different way it's formulated. This is ivermectin. Would I drink this? Would I take this one? No. Hell, it even comes with its own little shot glass here. This here is a pour-on. They make it in injectables, paste, and I do believe pills too. Depends, you know. Being a cattle dewormer, some do come in pills. I don't know if ivermectin does or not. But this is a pour-on. You just pour it down their back. And you can see the dosages on here. I can't read them right now. 25 milliliters per 350 pounds. So like I say, all you do is you just dump this back and forth. All right, there's a dose for 15 milliliters. Yeah, it's 550. All right, 15 milliliters is 350 pounds. 25 milliliters is 350 pounds, or 550 pounds. So right there, that's twice as much as what I'd need to take, but I wouldn't drink it. I don't know if it'd do any good if I just stuck my finger in there and let it absorb. That's what it is. You pour this down the cow's back and it absorbs through their skin. And it kills the worms. It's also a parasite. It kills lice and ringworm, mange. That's what you pour it on the cattle for. Like I say, just because it's listed as a cattle dewormer doesn't mean that's the only thing they're used for. Just like aspirin, it's listed for fever and pain, but they use it for people that's had strokes, heart attacks. Like penicillin here. This is 1 cc per 100 pounds. And I ain't going to open up the shot, but 1 cc is basically the depth of that black plunger in there, the black rubber. Cows, normally we give up to 20 cc, so 2 of these shots for a cow. But a cow is 1,200 pounds, 1,300 pounds, and I'm only 200 pounds. They're 6 times bigger than I am. Some cows are 7 times. So like I say, well, here's another one. Vitamin B complex. If you're out there taking them damn, what the hell are them shots? Quick energy, fast energy, whatever. Basically what it is vitamin B's. And this is an injectable. But I drink this, take a shot of this like I would the energy shots? No. I don't think it's any different. It's just formulated different to be absorbed in and through muscle, probably, instead of being absorbed through stomach. But vitamin B, we use that on cattle too. Well, no, I'm not sure. Oxytocin, I'm not sure if that's used on humans, but I'm sure it's used in hospitals for something. This is pretty common. I know they use it on dogs. I mean, if they use it on cows, use it on dogs, I'm sure there's some use on humans. So like I say, just because it's listed as a cattle wormer doesn't mean it's not effective. There's research that proves it more than some other stuff that they're pushing out there right now. But that's how things get discovered. People trying it. Just Google medical discoveries by accident. And look at the stuff out there that they just discovered. They were probably looking for a use for something else and discovered it works for this better. One of them was a smallpox vaccination. One was x-rays. One was penicillin was found by accident. There's a whole list of them. So like I say, not to just dismiss ivermectin, because it is available through a doctor. You can get a prescription for it through the doctor. There's human versions and there's animal versions. Same active ingredients, just formulated different. Same way with Tylenol. You can go to the store and buy Tylenol. I don't know what they are. They might be like 500 milligrams, micrograms, whatever it is. But there is Tylenol that's available only through prescription because it's a stronger dose. So like I said, that's what you got to take in consideration. But people nowadays just don't have this thinking ability. You know, just because it's used, it's not, things are just used for one thing. You know, there's multiple uses, and it's like everything else, is something to be looked into. And they say, like the vaccines, maybe they are the answer eventually, but I haven't seen nothing that they're the answer now. So that's just a little bit of how I'm thinking on stuff.